everybody, and welcome to the Raycast Review. I am Raycaster, and today we're going to talk a little bit about what this channel is going to be. So, games like Doom and Wolf3D have been around for over 30 years now. And that also means that their modding communities are pretty robust. Both games have very large modding communities. And they also have a variety of ports that allow the 30-plus-year-old games to run on modern computers with quite a few enhancements, especially the current port that I'm using for this video, GZ Doom, which uses the OpenGL renderer to really add to the already awesome source port of Z-Doom, which, if you ask me personally, totally revolutionized how people mod Doom. Anyway, so what that meant was that after a certain point, it did become easier to modify Doom because it started out as being fairly difficult to do. Wolf3D not so much until you got into the source modifications. But regardless, over that span of time, there have literally thousands of mods for each game respectively. I mean, there's probably mods that aren't even available anymore because they're so old, and they're just gone now because the hosting provider that had it available for download, unless it's on the Internet Archive or Wayback Machine or something like that, or it's just not, they're not around anymore. It's kind of sad, but what we're going to be doing on this channel is providing a relatively objective review of as many mods as we can get a hold of for Doom and Wolf3D, maybe some other games. Check out some of the older retro games using, of course, DOSBox, as we'll have to use. And quite a few of them, but that's okay. And the object won't be to bash or lift up, one mod over another or author over another or anything like that. Just trying to stay objective and really have fun. Take a look at two communities that are on some level, well, actually big level, both tied together and have been around for, like I said, going on 30 years now, because it wasn't long after these games came out that somebody developed a piece of software that allowed them to modify the game. Now, it was a little bit quicker with Wolf3D, but than it was Doom. So, either way, we're going to be taking a look at as much as we can, and just seeing what we can get into, because there are enough mods out here that if I did a video for every one of them, I'd be at this until I don't think my lifespan's long enough, to be perfectly honest. I definitely don't have enough time. I'd like to be doing about really 1 to 2 videos per month, maybe more. I'd really like to do 2 to 3, but we'll just have to see, due to the fact that I do have a full-time job, and of course I'll have to stay on top of that. This will be more of a weekend thing for me. Of course, I'll be doing what I can during the week. it may not always work out that way, but I will be doing my best to deliver at least one video per month. And the goal as far as, say, production quality, I'm going to let the mods themselves sort of take a precedent over, say, my own image, I guess you could say. I'm not going to worry about a lot of fancy intro graphics, things like that you might see. And I'm not, hating on those channels or anything like that, but that you might see on some other channels where they do have a lot of flash. They have great content, absolutely, but they also have quite a bit of flash. And I prefer to just focus on the games themselves. I don't want to detract from their content, especially some of the older stuff. It took so much time and effort to make those modifications as compared to now. Now, of course, it still takes a lot of time and effort, but it has been greatly reduced by ports like ZDoom and GZDoom with the Decorate script, and now the Doom script, I think it's called, or ZDoom script. I don't remember exactly. It's been a minute or two since I've really delved that deep into it, and we will be looking at some of that stuff, the technical aspect of modding and making mods. And you have ports like EC Wolf and LZ Wolf that have integrated Decorate type scripting into Wolf modding, whereas before you had to have a semi-decent grasp of coding to really achieve anything very, very serious with Wolf 3D modding. Case in point, I believe it was, oh my goodness, I'm almost ashamed right now, but may pause and pull it up. I know that I'm making a channel about mods and I can't remember them all, but it has been a minute since I really went into this stuff. I recently decided to pick it back up and make a hobby out of it, to play more and make content about this stuff. And I am absolutely getting my butt whipped. I will be trying to keep this channel as PG-13 as possible. I realize that some of these games that we'll be dealing with will have subject matter that is not what would be considered G-rated. I guess you could say, if you're here in the U.S. like I am, it's not. So I will be doing my best effort to keep it friendly like that. I would also appreciate any comments or anything like that to respect the same guidelines as well. As I mentioned previously, my goal here is not to bash or anything like that. Might we poke a little fun? Sure, absolutely, but definitely not to be malicious. Oh man, I'm getting lit up. Yeah, buddy. Try that one more time. I remember, believe it or not, Doom 2 was my first venture into the world of gaming on PC. Many moons ago. I believe it was no, it was Wolf 3D, as a matter of fact, in 1994 on a Packard Bell with Windows 3.1. Very long time ago. Fell in love with games ever since then. And when I found out that some years later, once I got a little bit more computer literate, that you could modify these games that I loved playing, oh, that was big for me. So I love that aspect. Over the years, I've gone in and out of it. Things in life happening, jobs, etc., etc. Of course, I'm gainfully employed now, and that will take up quite a bit of time. So, but I would still like to get into this and basically share it with like-minded people on here. If you happen upon this channel, we're probably already more than likely like-minded people about these kinds of games. As far as new games, yeah, I'll definitely dabble here and there. I play them. If somebody wants to see that, that's cool. I'd like to interact with my viewers as much as possible. How many ever I get, I may not get any. I may get a little, I may get a bunch. I'm doing this for the fun of it. I'm not looking to get YouTube famous. I'm doing something that I like to do, genuinely like to do, and I want to share it. I think that's something that a lot of YouTube channels they're there for the views, the clicks, and the subscriptions. Me, not so much. I'm here to have fun. I would like, however, to ask my viewers, whoever you are, how many of you are out there, in the comment section, drop me some lines on some mods for Wolf 3D, Doom, etc., that you would like to see me review. I'm not gonna, be picky about it. Whether you made it, your buddy made it, if it's older, newer, is it just a map pack, or is it something a little bit more in depth? It doesn't matter. I will do my best to take a look at it and see if we can't make a nice objective review about it. I would like to say that, if you just got done making a mod and you want me to do a review on it, let me play it through first, and then we'll get into that. As I said before, I'm not here to bash or do anything like that. And just to be perfectly honest, look, if it's kind of not really 100%, and it's not going to be, it's not going to be something that I want to do on here, then I will provide, in private, constructive criticism, absolutely. But please don't be offended if it just doesn't make the cut for the channel. Sometimes it happens. Maybe we can work together and see what you can do or change or something like that to maybe get it to be something like that. Because really, the last thing I want to do is to put a video up of a mod that I just really don't like, or it's not really polished, and I'm not going to be into it. The viewers aren't going to be into it. And honestly, one of the worst things that can happen is they're going to get trolled pretty hard Not by me, but you know, other viewers in the comment section. So let's just, you know, let's keep expectations realistic. If it's your first, second, third mod, and it's just not super polished, it's not gonna really make it on here. Now that's some of the older classic mods, you know, they're not super polished, but that's what it was back then. Now it's a lot different with all the stuff that you can do with these source ports. So we'll see. All right, I had to go ahead and stop myself there before I started rambling. Just to recap, going to be checking out as many mods as we can. Shoot me a comment below so that I can, you know, check some stuff out, see what direction we can go with what we're going to do next with what mod, what game. Just depends. Of course, depends on what kind of time I have, but I will be posting a review before the end of June, at the very least. So let's go ahead and close this video out. I am Raycaster. This is the Raycast Review, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.